Hello everyone, myself Chetna Bhalya, student of Department of English, Maharaja Krishna Kumar CG, Bhavnagar University. So we are going to celebrate a virtual Teachers Day on 5th September 2025. So this video is a part of that activity. In this video, we are going to deal with a major work, Pamela, by Samuel Richardson. So let's begin. So Pamela or Virtue Rewarded by Samuel Richardson. Samuel Richardson, 1689 to 1761. Samuel Richardson, born was 19th August 1689, Derbyshire, England. Samuel Richardson was a pioneering English novelist, printer, and moralist. His childhood was very passed in the passed in the poverty. Born into a modest family in the Derbyshire, his father was a carpenter, and the Richardsons entered the printing trade at the age 17 in London. He became a respected printer before turning to fiction later in life. Pamela, or Virtue Rewarded, 1740, was his first and most influential novel, written when he was 51 years old. Originally commissioned to write a conduct book, a guide on a proper behavior, Richardson instead wrote a Pamela, a novel in form of letters, making it one of the first epistolary novels in the English literature. Known as one of the founder of English novel, died at 4 July 1761, London in England. So here are some major works. Pamela, which is published in 1740, Clarissa, which is published in 1748, and Sir Charles Grandison, 1753. His writing style mostly same like epistolary form. His novels are written as a letters, allowing readers to access characters' inner thoughts and emotions directly. Through the letters, he can deep into the characters' emotions and psychology. Psychological realism focuses on the internal moral struggles and the emotional development of characters, especially women. Detective tone. His novels are morally instructive, aiming to promote virtue and the proper behavior. Detailed narration. Use long, descriptive passages and emotional depth to explore character psychology. Female perspective. Gives voice to female protagonists, portray their resistance, virtue, and social challenges. Major themes. Virtue and morality. Central theme in Pamela, a virtue is tested and ultimately rewarded. Social class and mobility. Explores how characters navigates rigid class structures and how virtue can elevate one's social status. Gender and power. Highlights female vulnerability, male authority, and the imbalances of power between genders. Regions, religions, and conscience. Moral decisions are often tied to religious faith and personal conscience. Appearance versus reality. Contrast true virtue with the manipulations or hypocrisy, especially in characters like Mr. B in Pamela. So, first we go through introductions. Pamela is one of the first true English novel written in the apostrophe form. What is the apostrophe form, which we will discuss later? The story follows Pamela Andrews, a young and virtuous maidservant who resists the advances of her wealthy master, Mr. B. Her virtue, modesty, and religious faith are constantly tested, but ultimately rewarded when Mr. B reforms and marries her. The novel explored key themes such as the virtue and morality, social class and mobility, gender and power, religions and conscience. Published in 1740, Pamela became a literary sensation and was both praised and parodied. It helped define the novel as a serious literary form with a strong focus on character, emotions, and the moral values. So, what is the epistolary novel? Because Samuel Richardson was the first person who introduced a epistolary novel to the literature. A novel told through the medium of letters written by one or more of the characters. Originally with the Samuel Richardson's Pamela or Virtue Rewarded, the story of a servant girl's victorious struggle against her master attempts to seduce her. It was one of the earliest form of novel to be developed and remained one of the most popular up to the 19th century. The epistolary novel's reliance on subjectivity points of view makes it the forerunner of the modern psychological novel. So this is the picture of Pamela or Virtue Rewarded. So first I introduced to the characters Pamela Andrews, the virtuous maidservant and protagonist. Mr. B, Pamela's master who pursues and eventually marries her. Lady B, Mr. B's mother, cautions but later accepting of Pamela. Lady Davers, Mr. B's aunt opposed to Pamela's social rise. Mrs. Jervis, the housekeeper, sometimes skeptical about Pamela. John Andrews, Pamela's brother, protective and concerned. Mrs. Andrews, Pamela's mother, worried about her daughter's safety and future. Betty, a Fenrir servant in Mr. B's household. Mr. Williams, a family friend and lawyer who helps Pamela. John, another servant in the household. Miss Goodwin, illegitimate daughter of Mr. B. Sally Godfrey, previous relations to Mr. B. So, first we discuss plot summary. The story begins by introducing Pamela Andrews, a virtuous but poor 15 years old maid. She initially serves the wealthy Lady B in the Bedfordshire. Following Lady B's death, Pamela is recommended to work for Lady B's son, Mr. B. Pamela performs exceptionally well in her new job, receiving financial gifts which she deliberately sends to her parents to help them numerous debts, all while maintaining regular correspondence through letters. Initially, Pamela is delighted with her new positions and forms a good relationship with the other servants, especially Mrs. Jervis, who offers guidance and support. However, as the time progresses, Mr. B begins to make increasingly aggressive advances towards Pamela. These advances include kissing her multiple times without her consent, and at one point hiding in her closet to spy on her. Despite Mr. B's repeatedly promises of new positions working for his sister, Lady Divers, Pamela's departure from his household is continuously delayed. Ultimately, Pamela decides that she must live to preserve her virtue or virginity and intend to return to her parents. Mr. B pretends to agree, suggesting he wants to marry Pamela off to his chaplain, Mr. Williams, and arranges a coaches for her to see her parents' permissions for this marriage. Unbeknownst to Pamela, Mr. B has been interesting and secretly reading her letters, and some of her correspondence has been deliberately left undelivered by John. The latter carries acting on Mr. B's order. Circularly, Mr. B has no intention of sending Pamela home. Instead, the coach takes her directly to his Lincolnshire estate in the countryside, effectively making her his prisoner. At the Lincolnshire estate, Pamela endures a period of close surveillance and the crucial from Mrs. Dwakers, who constantly watches Pamela, forces her to share a bed, and locks the door at night. Unable to send letters to her parents, Pamela resorts to keeping a journal to record her experience. She finds an unexpected ally in Mr. Williams, the chaplain, who, despite his reliance on Mr. B for his livelihood, helps Pamela. They manage to exchange secret letters using a hidden spot in the garden that Mrs. Dwakes is unaware. Mr. B, growing jealous of Pamela's relationship with the Mr. Williams, orchestrated for the chaplain to be robbed on the road and subsequently jailed. With the cooperation of Mrs. Jewakers, Mr. B secretly returns to his Lincolnshire house and impersonative a mad named Nan, who usually sleeps with Pamela, assault her one night, causing her to faint. Mr. B leaves later that night but continues to spy on Pamela. He discovers some of Pamela's writing and demands to read all of her journals. To Pamela's surprise, Mr. B is not angered by her critical entries. In fact, they seems to deeply move him. Eventually, he relents and permits Pamela to leave his Lincolnshire estate and return to her parents. On her journey back to her parents, Pamela received a letter from a seemingly repentant Mr. B, who professes to be physically ill with the love for her. Surprisingly, Pamela realized that she does not hate Mr. B and even find him handsome, promoting her to return to him. Upon her return, Mr. B is markedly kinder and appears earnest about marrying her. Through Pamela's reminds worry of potential tricks to prove his sincerity. Mr. B takes several significant steps, including bailing Mr. Williams out of prison and hosting Pamela's father at the estate. Eventually, they agrees to marry with the Pamela suggesting that Mr. B clean out his family's cluttered chapel to be used for their wedding. Pamela and Mr. B proceeded with a small initial secret wedding. After their marriage, Mr. B's treatment of Pamela vastly improves. However, Pamela faces challenges in gaining acceptance from some of the local gentry, particularly Lady Devers, who struggle to accept Mr. B's marriage to a lower class woman. Despite this initial resistance, Pamela's virtue and beauty ultimately win over the gentry, including Lady Devers, allowing her to become a respected member of society. Following her marriage, Pamela uses her newfound wealth extensively for charitable purposes, including repaying servants who had assigned her, providing aid to the local poor, and the arranges for her parents to receive an annual income. A further test to their happy marriages arises when Pamela learns of Mr. B's illegitimate child, Miss Goodwin, from a previous relationship with the woman named Sally Goldfried. Pamela gracefully accepts these revelations and even proposes adopting the child as their own, as Sally now lives a new married life in the Jamaica. An epilogue to the novel, written by the editor, summarizes the book's moral lessons and the presents Pamela as the role model for the others to emulate. So let's discuss themes. Here I mention four themes. First one is the value of virtue. The value of virtue, Samuel Richardson's Pamela explicitly highlights the importance of virtue, a theme made clear by its subtitle, Virtue Rewarded. Within the novel, virtue is mostly frequently synonymous with the virginity. A significant portion of the narrative revolves around the protagonist, Pamela's persistent efforts to remain a virgin despite the various tricks, assaults, and threats of rape she faces from her master, Mr. B. As the novel progressed, particularly after the wedding of Pamela and Mr. B, the concept of the virtue undergirds and evolutions. Initially focused on the physical state of the virginity, the themes expand into encompasses broader moral integrity and the good conduct, demonstrating how Pamela's steadfastness is ultimately rewarded. Class and morality. Pamela offers a detailed explorations of the disinterest between the wealthy upper class and the impoverished lower class in 18th century Britain. While virtuous characters in the story often received material rewarded for their good behavior, the narrative does not suggest that the wealthiest characters are inherently the most moral. And in fact, the novel presents a universal view, while characters' moral standing are not always tied to their social status. For example, when first appears, the wealthy Mr. B is depicted as a libertine, and his sister Lady Divers is shown to hold strong, old-fashioned prejudice against the individuals from lower classes. Third, religion and marriage. Religion plays a major and the influential role throughout the Samuel Richardson's Pamela. The tutorial protagonist, Pamela, is frequently shows praying to God to endure her lowest moment and thanking God for her successes. Her deep faith provides her with the strength and guidance throughout her ordeal. A core belief for Pamela is that sexual activity should strictly occur only after marriage. This conviction brings her into the direct conflict with her master, Mr. B, who initially desired to engage in sexual relationship with the Pamela as soon as possible. This fundamental conflict between Pamela's religious principles regarding marriages and Mr. B's initial intentions form as a circular exist around which much of the novel's plot hinges. Fourth and last, sexual politics. Samuel Jackson's Pamela vividly illustrate the disparities in the life experiences between man and women in 18th century England. The novel portrays a patriarchal society where men generally possessed more power and independence compared to women. Pamela's personal situation served as a pigeonhole, reflections of many of the challenges and the difficulties that women faced during that era. Throughout her letters and the journal entries, Pamela highlights the double standard that women were subjected to. For instance, she suggests that it was considering worse for a woman to lose her virtue than for a man to commit similar acts, underscoring the unequal societal expectations placed upon men and women regarding sexual morality. As conclusion, in the end, Pamela's virtue is rewarded after resisting Mr. B's persistence and the sometimes predatory advances. She wins not only his respect but also his sincere loves. Mr. B reformed his character and proposes marriages. Pamela accepts and they marry despite criticism from the society and Mr. B's family. Over time, Pamela earns the admirations of Mr. B's social circle through her humanity, intelligence, and moral strength. The novel closes with Pamela securely settled in her new role as a gentlewoman, her values vindicated, and her future hopeful. The message is clear: virtue, patience, and the morality are ultimate rewarded, even in the face of power and temptation. So here is the references, and thank you.